If you need basketball awards, this set might be perfect for you. This set comes with 3 different styles of awards, all for basketball, and I think these will make you a lot of money, help you connect with local teams, and get recurring business over and over again. Let me walk you through these 3 different styles and talk to you about the features of each. So version number 1 is this one right here, and this is personally my favorite. I love this one. Of course, it comes with a backboard shape in the background and then a ball and a net here that you just glue on top. But this right here is my favorite part of the award, because this part right here, you can cut this circle out of acrylic, you can cut it out of wood, wherever you want to, cut a shape out of it. Like here, I've got a school logo cut out of it. You could also engrave information on there, whatever you want to do. And the way that it works, let me see if I can hold this piece up for you, is it can work like this. If you cut it out of acrylic, there are little knobs right there at the top and the bottom that inside this shape, it gets captured in there so it doesn't rotate on you. And then you'll simply take these pieces and glue them on the front and the back so that it gets trapped in there, and it gives it a nice visual frame, and it also keeps it from rotating. And in that way, you can put, again, a piece of wood or acrylic, whatever you want to in there. It looks really great. And then if you need more information, you can also engrave information down here as well. Now, all 3 of these different styles come with several different size circles, so you can make it a 1-layer base, 2, 3, or even 4 like I have here, and just give it a lot of elegance and a good feel when somebody's holding it. So this is version number 1. Version number 2 also has a lot of different opportunities for it as well. This one is a single layer, and of course I have 3 layers on the base. Again, you can do 1, 2, 3, or even 4 if you want. This is just a single layer. You can again engrave some information here and here if you want, paint it however you like, cut it out from different materials. But I also included in there the ball and the net shape so that you could actually glue it on top and paint it different colors if you want, just to give it another little look of dimension. And then I don't know how well this is going to show up on the screen, but you could also cut it out of acrylic like this, and you can again engrave whatever information you want on them just like that. So that's version number 2. And then version number 3, I also love this one as well. Hard to pick favorites. But this one's a nice big backboard, again, with the ball and the net there. It's got a frame around it, and you can engrave a whole bunch of information here, whether it be thank you coach or player of the year or whatever you want to do there. And then again, you've got more room down here to engrave as well. And of course, you can put however many layers you want to for the base. So all 3 of these come in this set. I don't think I can do this. There you go. All 3 of these come in this set, so it makes it really versatile for you, and you can meet a lot of needs and get repeat business over and over again. I think you guys are going to love these. Check out the next part of this video to see how I walk through the files and give you a few more tips and tricks along the way. All right, let's start with version number 1. I'll walk you through the file and give you a couple of tips and tricks along the way. First part I want to show you, of course, is we always go over the text here. All lines equal cut in this case. There aren't any engraves or scores on this one, so everything is cut. And the slot size in the base is 0.23. Make sure you always measure your material first and adjust these slots if needed. And of course, you can use 1, 2, or 3 base pieces here if you want to. You could even make a 4th if you wish. And these all go, the largest one's the bottom. They get slightly smaller as you go up. The bottom one intentionally does not have a slot in it, so that makes it easy for you to put glue all on the bottom there and just make it a lot more sturdy to put together. So there's your base pieces over here on the far right. Now, if we start on the far left here is the main body of the award. And I want to show you one thing that's really important before you start here. These rings go right over top of this, just like this. Let me zoom in a little bit and I'll show you. And they're offset just a tiny bit. In other words, they are slightly larger or thicker than that hole in the main piece is, so that it can trap that circle that I showed you in the intro in there. And also it gives you a little place to hide some glue as well. It's really important that you put these 2 on along with this main piece right here that you're going to engrave on. They'll go right in like that, and then you sandwich it in with those 2 pieces. Put those on first, and then you want to put this piece on, because you want to make sure that the bottom of the net does not hit this circle. It's intended to go off the top there a little bit, just like that, just like the one I had in the intro again. But if you put this one on first and don't pay attention, you could end up down here and then the circle is going to run into it. So I hope that makes sense. I'll undo a few times, put those all back. And again, put in the centerpiece first and then follow up with the rings on either side and you'll be in good shape. Now, if you decide you want to make this back piece out of wood or something opaque, then this is great. If you do something translucent or transparent like acrylic, then you'll probably want to use both versions of this ball and net, because what that will allow you to do is put it on here and then you'll glue the other one on the back, just right behind it, and that will cover up all the glue from the other side. So just go on just like this, but on the back. And that I included those just so that you could do that type of thing if you need to. All right, so that's all there is to this one. I think you're really going to like it. Really a lot of fun to use. All right, so that's version number 1. Let's go over to version number 2. It's all pretty straightforward now that you've seen the first one. We've got 4 bases here. You can use as many or as few as you want. And you've got the main body here. Again, I've included 2 versions of the ball and the net for the same reason as the other one. You can put them on both sides if you wish, if you make this out of acrylic and you want to hide the glue. Or if you simply want to just paint this main body one color and then you want to put the ball and the net as another color, that will allow you to do that. You can engrave content right here in both of these circle areas. I always recommend that if you're going to be doing clear or translucent acrylic, that you engrave backwards on the back because it just looks a lot cleaner that way. And of course, I've also included the ball, so you could also glue that on there without the net if you want. So it just gives you a lot of options there. Go to version number 3, the one with the backboard. This one does have score lines, and those are there so that you can easily place these here, just like that. You do not have to use the score lines if you don't want to, but I find that it's easier in that way. So that's what those are for. And then this here, of course, this just goes right on top of that score line, right like that. And just like the last ones, if you make this translucent or transparent, we've got 2 versions of this here that go on the back, and then this one goes on the back as well. Again, to cover up the glue, you can engrave text right here and engrave text here, and then you've got the 1, 2, or 3 base pieces if you wish on that one. And that's all that's involved in these. I think you're really going to dig these a lot. I'd love to see what you guys make. Let me know if you have any questions. But until then, as always, I'll see you in the next one.